Hello, it is evening. It's about 6:30, 6:45. In my city, it got up to 106, and it's gonna be sweltering like this all all weekend. Sorry. Oh, I apologize. Picking up a steak, and so I decided to start pulling stuff out, like I said in my last video. So let me show you what I did. So this was the melon bed. It was so easy. In one swoop, I just picked everything up because it was dried out and threw it in the green bed. The green container. I was actually able to save the netting. So let me show you something else. I pulled out the pumpkin plants that were here and was able to save the netting that I had over the pumpkins. So that was fantastic. I pulled out the okra plant. It was infested with aphids. It wasn't getting any flowers. There was no use. So I pulled that out too. So I was able to save netting, which is fantastic because, buying netting and stuff can be expensive, and my steaks. So that was fabulous. So let me tell you about what's going on with the spider bite and my leg. So the spider bite is getting better. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow to let her check it out to see how it's healing. Let me sit down for a moment to see how it's healing. In the meantime, I got other bites. I got a bite on my left ankle, the same leg the spider bite is, and I was sitting in my office working, and I had a little bite on that ankle, and then I had a bite on my big toe and on my middle toe. When I saw that, I thought about Quick in Harlem Nights. It was like, go ahead, shoot me in my pinky toe. So I'm gonna wear sandals and stuff and let the doctor check out my legs. The fungus I had on my legs from wearing the hospital braces, that has cleared up completely. My legs are looking like anew. I'm so happy about that. But all of a sudden I'm getting bites everywhere, so I'm gonna let the doctor check it out, see if it's fleas, see what it is, see if I'm allergic to something, because it was like all of a sudden I just started itching on my big toe. So when I come out here, I put on compression socks even though it's hot, and you see I wait till the evening or early morning hours to come out. And just a moment. And then I put on some cotton socks over them, and I have like long pants and my my rain boots. I have 2 pairs of rain boots, so I'll put on either pair. And of course I wear my garden sleeves all the time. I have about 3 pairs of those. Had them forever. I wash them. I wash everything every week. I'm always washing my linen. So I don't know if it's stress. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, this has not been a very fun summer. I think this has been one of the hottest summers. It's always hot in certain areas in California, like the deserts, the mountains. The beach areas are pretty nice because the water's down there. Like, it'll get up to 80, 90. But when it's like 110 degrees in Temecula and San Diego, cooler spots, it's hot, and it has been consistently hot for over a month. Now, there's been some days where it got down to 89, 90, and you're thinking, okay, we're starting to get into those nice cooler summer days, because generally it stays warm, I swear, to like Halloween. Because I remember when I was a little girl and you went out for Halloween, even though now I'm Jehovah's Witness, don't go out for Halloween, but you would dress in, back then in the 70s and 80s, your little plastic Halloween outfits. It would be cold. That night, it would be cold. So you have a little jacket, so nobody, they're giving you trick-or-treating candies, but nobody could really see your costume because it would be cold. So we're in September. We still have, literally, we're at the beginning of September. We probably still have this month and next month. So 2 months of heat, depending upon if we're going to have a mild cold winter or warm winter, because there's been some years where you go into November and it's still warm. It's very rare. People are usually when I used to work for the Southern California Gas Company. Excellent company to work for if you ever want to look for a utility in California to work for. That's one of the best. SCE Edison is another good one. Department of Water and Power. Just give you that little side note. So I used to work for the Southern California Gas Company out here, and they would be sending messages, start getting your pilot lights turned on for your heaters, because there's still a lot of older homes out here. Pasadena, Old Orange County, LA, there's a lot of older homes that have older furnaces where you have to come and light the pilot. Not everything is an HVAC sitting on top of the house, you know. In Los Angeles, there's a lot of homes, because it's generally cooler, that don't have AC, that were built 100 years ago. Believe it or not, beautiful Victorian homes, and they don't have AC, and they have old stoves, like the really nice old stoves. So usually that time of year, they're like, hey, call to get your pilot light turned on, because it starts getting cold. Now, in other states, you might be thinking it don't get cold in California, but if you live here for a year and you acclimate to the weather, in November or December, you'll be cold. And you have to remember, LA, Hollywood, Beverly Hills is not all of California. California has a lot of regions. We have mountains. It can snow one day, and you can go to the mountains and then drive down 2 hours or so, and then go to your nearest beach or your lake and go surfing and swimming. So we have a lot of different regions. It's not just always Hollywood. Like, I live in a more suburban kind of country area between the desert and the mountains. So in San Bernardino was 110, and I live in this little bowl that's about 4 to 5 degrees cooler than San Bernardino. So it was 106 here, and it was 110 about 30 minutes away from me. So it has been hot. To me, it has been unseasonably hot, and it's been humid. Like right now, it's warm. It's humid out here. It's still about 100 degrees out here, and it'll cool down. It might cool down to 70, because when I get in my car in the morning to go to the gym, it says about 69, 70, and that's general, but then it just creeps back up. So a lot of things, like my cucumbers haven't been growing. I got like 6 cucumbers, and I'm pulling those cucumber plants out tomorrow. I'm pulling the rest of my squash out, and then on Saturday, it's going to be extremely hot on Saturday. On Saturday, I'm going to be pulling out the tomato beds. Since I still got a sprinkle of tomatoes, I'm taking out all those tomatoes. I got to cut the asparagus back, but I'm doing everything in sections because it's so hot. So after work, I get off around 5 o'clock. I'll go kind of rest for a minute, and then I come out here around 6:15, 6:30. Give the chicken some lettuce that I'm growing over there, or some tomatoes, and that kind of gets them out of the way. And I got 2 eggs and stuff, and I just start pulling stuff. And I don't do a lot. If you're new to gardening, do a little bit at a time. But it has been really unseasonably hot and humid. We usually have a dry heat. We're usually not like the South. We have a dry heat. Arizona has generally a dry heat. It was some humidity on this today, and unfortunately I had to be out in it. I had meetings at work, then I had to take my mom to the hearing doctor, and then I had to take her to go get medication and do all this for about 2 hours in the heat. She came home, she put on her pajamas, she was like, I'm done. So it's hot. It's hot right now, but I just want to give you a little bit of what I was doing in the garden right now. I think my thing's on backwards, so who cares? It's hot out here. And yeah, it's weird. Global warming. So I'm hoping I do hope that we have rain, but I hope it's not like a super chilly winter, because generally when it's hot like this, either we're gonna have an earthquake or it's gonna be very, very cold, rainy winter. And we need rain in California, but sometimes it just sucks that I have to get on the freeway in the rain. I hate it. So anyway, I'm just rambling on. I just want to do a quick video, just show you what I did. So I took up the dead vegetation in the melon beds, pulled out the pumpkins, pulled out the okra plant because it just wasn't doing anything. I had a hard time with okra this year, and that's really weird because okra likes heat. And then tomorrow I'll probably pull out the rest of the squash, pull out the cucumbers, and pull some weeds, maybe cut back. I'm just doing everything a little bit at a time. And then on Saturday, all I have to deal is with the tomato plants and the tomato cages, and then get rid of that. And then yeah, that'll be it. And then I start preparing the garden beds for fall. And then next weekend I'll start my seedlings to plant. I'll probably also plant some sunflowers where those melons were, because I have a friend keeps saying, you keep saying you're gonna give me sunflowers. I said, well, I have to have room, so I'm gonna plant about 3 sunflower seeds there, because like I said, it's gonna be hot all the way to the end of October. So maybe I can get some sunflower seeds, even if it's raining, even if it like all of a sudden dramatically cools down, which I have a feeling it won't. I could still get some sunflower seeds and toast them and do whatever for him, and then bring him the seeds. So that is it. Okay, as I always say, please find peace within yourself, and please be peaceable with everyone around you. I love you all, and I'm gonna leave this video on this beautiful landscape here. Isn't that gorgeous? I think that is absolutely gorgeous. Look how the sun beats off of the clouds. I love you all. Have a fantastic Thursday evening.